Why does it always feel like Axis and Allies games can't come out fast enough? Like the smaller, lesser-known wars are constantly being overlooked. Well, today, that all changes. This is a war within a war, frozen in time, and now dropped directly onto your tabletop. They've built something so cold, so brutal, so horrifying, and I can't believe they actually did it. This isn't just a game, it's a time machine. A heart-pounding, frostbitten time machine that'll make you feel every bullet, every sniped tank, every failed frozen lake crossing. Oh, and there's one more thing. It kicks off on page 3, and it makes this game outshine anything you've experienced yet. It's leaner, bloodier, more inhumane. But we're saving that part for the finale. You are not ready for this one. Oh boy, third time filming this because I lost the footage. Here we go. Hey Leets, I'm Pones Jones, hacker turned board game hacker, and currently we're living in dark times. Axis and Allies dominates, but it's missing something. It feels like it's always missing something. A forgotten war, a brutal, icy clash that kicks off right after World War II began. A conflict spanning 105 days. A war within a war. One that makes you feel like any and every move could be your last. And it's all right here on your tabletop. So in this video, we'll discover what this new war theater is all about, how it navigates the winter intensity, along with its historical accuracy, and if you should get one, run it. It's Soviet Union versus Finland, 1939. Right after World War II pops off, Finland's fighting to remain independent, and the Soviets want them back. A false flag artillery shelling of a Soviet small town, staged by the Soviets, blamed on Finland, initiates the Winter War. A conflict that the USSR will soon pay dearly for. So let's dive into this game. The first place we look, the map. It's prettier than any in the entire A&A franchise. Punchy nationality colors and beautiful textures. It'll crash your eyeballs, GPUs. The rulebook, professionally laid out, and reads fairly well with the historical thought or idea spelled out behind every rule. I like that part. It feels like a garnish to the gameplay. Speaking of, the base gameplay is what you'd expect from Axis and Allies. Except Finland is blanketed in heavy snow, tanks crawl, frozen seas slow ships, coastal batteries shred amphibious landings, and frozen lakes? Oh yes, frozen lakes. Axis and Allies has never seen frozen lakes. Until now. They're a deadly shortcut. Cross one and half your units vanish under the cracking ice. And the survivors? They face a deadly volley from enemy artillery. Only the desperate use a frozen lake crossing. And submarines can lay sea mines. Real ones. Not those futuristic Bluetooth detonated abominations from A&A North Africa. Check my video on that mess. Naval combat is slow, but electric. One good mine explosion flips the board's momentum. Strafing runs? Planes get to strafe attack land units. Tactical, brutal, fairly addicting. New units? Yes. Finnish skiers, wicked for long-distance offensive pushes, like a downhill death hammer. Oh, and the anti-tank sniper. You surgically eliminate Soviet tanks, even if an army is present. Get a few of these guys popping in and out of enemy territories, picking off tanks, wreaking havoc. Haunting isn't a strong enough word for it. They're hit-and-run ghosts. But not to worry, this game is tight. Every move matters, balanced to near perfection. Even solo play. Try breaking Finland. It's harder than cracking a quantum cipher. This game, with the soul of Axis and Allies, well, it makes you feel alive, but it's actually not Axis and Allies. No, this game is actually called Nordic Theater, Winter War, 1939 to 1940, made by War and Honor. This isn't just another A&A pump-out, it's a custom spin-off by my genius friend Anders and his crew in Sweden. This is a 1v1 masterpiece with a complexity of 3-ish out of 5. I'm convinced that the makers of Axis and Allies wouldn't dare dream this up. Because of that one line on page 3, remember? You use your existing Axis and Allies pieces from your old games to play Winter War. First off, relive some of those fond Axis and Allies memories and leave it in the comments which one is your favorite. And I will too. The thing is, this game requires your favorite A&A game to be dusted off and given a new life. You mix and match. The Finnish nationality, ski troops, anti-tank snipers, you pick their colors and units. Set it up your way. Page 25 has it all. Think of this like a game mod for what is guaranteed to be your next favorite A&A spin-off. Just grab yourself the Winter War map, then download and print the extras. Links in the frozen carcass area below. Oh, and I tossed in some secret links to another Wicked Gaming gem. Full disclosure, I am a disgustingly biased A&A fan. I landed in the credits of Winter War, some unit ideas and so on. But I would really like to see it shared out, because it has the real A&A feels. Oh yeah, a dopamine hit straight to your soul. All those A&A feels are starting to stack up. So many memories, in so many different directions. But there's only one thing better than reliving fond memories, and that is making new ones. But no game's perfect, and Winter War has a few teeny tiny issues. I found them. I'm a hacker, remember? Sea combat? Well, it's a bit sluggish with frozen seas, but it's historically accurate that way. The Soviet side needs artillery, lots of it, so plunder your A&A sets wisely. Frozen lakes as land bridges? It's revolutionary, but the rulebook doesn't spend enough time breaking down the crossings. Oh, and shots fired. I would have loved to seen an actual frozen lake on the map and not just an iceberg to represent one. The southern edge of the board here gets freaking crowded, so I think a perspective tweak could have really fixed things. 3-die currency counter. First die is your 10s, then add the last 2 together to get your 1s. It's nifty, but even Anders, the creator, admits it's a bit clunky. Hold up. While the camera was rolling, Anders fired me over this. It's a fix for that IPC counter. I'll put the free link below. And then there's historical accuracy. As you'll learn later, this game nails that big time. The only issue I have, the carnage should have been dialed past 11. Soviets got wrecked in real life, but the game doesn't quite capture that butchery. When I was in those brainstorm sessions, I dropped the idea of the death toll being dialed to real life slaughtering levels. And so this is what that would have looked like. During the war, Finns were outnumbered, 2-1 for infantry, 34-1 in aircraft, 200-1 for tanks. But they racked up a 5.4-1 kill-death ratio. So my rule flip makes Soviet troops 1 IPC. They attack and defend at 1, with no artillery boost. Finnish Ski Troopers? Well, they roll 2 dice along with artillery. Finnish artillery get a pre-battle defense roll to wipe out attacking units before they can even fire a shot. Bam! It might need some further balancing, but soak in the feels of those real-world casualties. But this game doesn't just play, it lives. I'm talking about the Winter War's pulse-pounding game mechanic, one that I've been hiding this entire time. It's It's haunted! The studio's haunted! It's a 10-round sprint that captures history's brutal ebb and flow, while the Finns get help from their friends to battle their foes. Sit back, boot up, here comes the finale. Axis and Allies tries to nail history, and it mostly gets it right, but their games can feel way too complex for new players. 5 to 8 nationalities, games drag on for days, and can be overwhelming. Then comes the Winter War. Only 2 nationalities, only 2 players, and 10 rounds max. That's 10 real-life days per round. Quick, light, addicting. The gameplay swings hard with Soviets gaining, then Finland pushes back with their allies coming to their rescue, just like in real life. You only get 10 rounds to lock in a win with this short, frostbitten conflict, and that can feel impossible. Why? Ever heard of the Mannerheim Line? An impenetrable defensive barrier built mostly in the 30s between Finland and the USSR cost the Soviets 120,000 casualties to break through it. And the same thing happens on your table. The Soviet player will all but rage quit trying to crack that line. They may even just bum rush the frozen lakes in desperate attempts to break through into Finland. This isn't just a game. It's an epoch engine transporting you back. You're not just playing, you're reliving. You know, I've never witnessed a war. I've never been to Finland. But now I can place myself there, feel the cold, the desperation, the defeat and triumph. We've answered all of the big questions. What this new war theater is all about, how it plays with the winter intensity, and how historically accurate it is. But there's one question we haven't answered yet. Should you get it? You know, you're right. It's not an official ANA release, but that doesn't really matter, because the Winter War pulls in all those Axis and Allies feels. And then some. It's compact, compelling, all with a taste of mastery. Come to think of it, all this game's missing is you. But there's a bit of irony going on here. See, this game has history oozing out of every crevice. However, in Axis and Allies World War I 1914, that's not entirely the case. So, take a World War I trip with me to this video right here, as I expose where Axis and Allies got ever so close to getting things right, and see my unique way of fixing it. I'll catch you over there.